Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be covering two tools today which are extremely similar to each other, but the way you use them is a little different. So the first one that I'll be covering today is called, it's right here, the healing brush tool. Now what the healing brush tool will do is that it will help you to remove any type of unwanted things or unwanted objects from your image, right? So as you can see that I have this image of this engraving right over here, and for example I do not want this engraving on my image, right? So you can easily do that by, if you select this healing brush tool right here, and over here I'm just going to reduce the brush size, so I can easily decrease the size of my brush over here from this drop down box. So I'm going to make this 100 pixels like this. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is that, as you can see, if I hover my brush around this image and if I click on Alt, I'm going to just move my cursor around this area right here. So what this brush will do is that it will automatically pick up this texture from this image, this area of this image right over here, right? And then I can just slowly just click onto my on top of my engraving like this, and as you can see that the engraving gets removed. So I'm going to also increase the brush size I'm also going to increase the brush size. Sorry. So to do that, I can either go over here and increase the brush size by myself, or I can just click on the bracket keys on my keyboard like this. And as you can see that the brush gets bigger, and which means the bigger the brush size, the more area it will pick up, and it'll be a lot faster for you to remove the engraving like this, right? So I'm going to click on Alt again, and I'm going to pick up this area right over here nearer to the engraving. And wait, I'm just going to come back over here like this, select this area, and as you can see how cleanly it will remove the engraving like this. And there you go. So as you can see that the engraving gets removed, and side by side, like the texture of the surface remains to be the same like that. So I'm going to undo everything, and I'm going to show you the same effect but with a different brush, right? So the other brush that I will be showing you today in this tutorial is the spot healing brush tool. So it's the same thing, it does more or less the same thing, but I'm just going to increase the brush size a little bit. Click on Alt. So as you can see that if I click on Alt, this pop-up box comes up which says that the spot healing brush tool automatically samples pixels to the correct spot with one step, right? So if I select, right, so it automatically detects everything. So I can just like decrease the brush size a little bit and just brush it over my engraving like that. And as you can see that it does get removed to quite an extent like this. Right, so it does get removed, but the only drawback over here is that the texture gets a little bit changed. Right, so you can also play around with the hardness as well and see if it works. Yeah, so that's the only drawback over here, that it does get removed, but it does hamper the background a little bit like that. But it does the same job as the other tool as well. So this was the two tools that I wanted to cover in this tutorial, so that in case if you want to remove any unwanted item or unwanted object from your image, you can easily do that by coming over here. Right, so you'll see these two tools right here, the spot healing brush tool and the healing brush tool. So for us designers, the majority of the times we use the healing brush tool to remove any unwanted items or objects as well. So that's it. So I have covered these two tools today in this video, and I hope you found this video to be useful. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.